think the significance of what Zavala Park is about is that this was a community that nobody wanted. Not even the police would come here. It was right a few blocks from here is the ship channel. That's where all of the foreigners came, and different ships with different cargoes and seamen and houses of prostitution not too far from here, dance halls. And this was also a gathering place for immigrants and hard-working people. And Magnolia was like the bottom of the social ladder for even Latino families. The problem had been is that it had grown so large. And so the city, in its wisdom, I suppose, back then under Mayor Louis Welch, created this little singular block place. And it was called the Zavala Park because it was right next to the Zavala Elementary, which is right there. And it was one block, and my mom became the first park director. And how she got selected is another story, but this was where people started. And this was an exit community. To do better meant you left. You didn't come here to live. You came here to be here temporarily. And so kids that went to junior high went to Edison and generally never got further than that. They would end up working here at the ship channels. Hard labor, work. All the streets here are now paved. They now have sidewalks, but back then they were all rock streets. Mom and Dad were not just directors. They were almost like parents. They were people that embraced the families and loved the families and loved the children. And despite whatever conditions were here, they wanted to make something big and special. I think that if there's anything different that my parents did is that they were never seen as the directors. They were seen as members of the community. Yeah, they had a role to play. They had the keys to the building. They set the rules, you know, those things. But Mom and Dad never came across as experts on anything. It was pues a ver cómo vamos a figurar este problema. They were part of accepting the problem and the challenge of the problem, but also being part of the solution. And encouraging kids to think through their lives and to be in control of what they wanted to accomplish. And they always saw the community here as being a resource. They never saw Magnolia as a problem community, but a very rich community with plenty of talent. And they transmitted that thought to where kids felt proud about saying, I'm from Magnolia. They felt proud of saying, I'm from a neighborhood that knows how to succeed. And despite having modest homes and modest jobs and families of modest means, we can achieve, and we will take our place alongside those other young people across the city who come from much greater economic means and parents of much greater power. We are as competitive or even more competitive and as competent or even more competent in many areas. I think that was the spirit that was established here and that kids never forgot.